Here's the racehorse for, isn't it Derby Day today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Cup.
That's it. It's Cup Day. Cup Day in
Cup
the US.
Day. Speaking of some of the biggest events on the planet, this was one of the biggest events ever to hit the Super Bowl. It is none other than Apple's 1984. Over to you, Jake.
It's time for a blast from the past.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the information purification directives. We have created, for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests, obeying contradictory reports. Unification of the laws is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
This is one of the greatest of all time. Synonymous, everyone knows it, everyone loves it. And there's a story behind it. I actually went into a bit of research to dig into it to learn more about the history and how it came about. Do you know the story?
No. Can I take a quick stab at something?
You stab away.
I'll bet at the time out, this was one of the most expensive commercials ever made. Is that true?
I don't know about cost.
Oh, dang. I would be very interested to follow it because it just, but now, okay, give me the story behind it. That was just my one thing I was thinking.
So George Orwell's 1949 novel, 1984, that was a dystopian future, and that was what they were bringing to life. So first of all, they wanted to introduce Macintosh. The criteria was it's got to be famous. It's got to be brave and it's got to be different. That was kind of it. So that's where they went back to George Orwell's and it aligned with the year as well. Interestingly, when the idea came to the Apple board, they said no. Steve said, if you don't pay for it, I will. Steve Wozniak as well, they were going to fund it 50-50.
Yeah.
They loved the idea, like they were backing this horse. Didn't get to that. Apple actually funded it and went live. They only paid for one spot in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They were the first brand to build a Super Bowl ad. Now you look at every ad in the Super Bowl, everyone builds Super Bowl ad, but Apple kicked this off. Oh, did you know Ridley Scott directed it?
I did not.
No.
Another little tidbit.
This goes to story, the principle around story. Why is story so powerful? There's a hero, a young lady running down with a hammer. And there's the villain. You know, it's Big Brother. It's technology that's controlling everyone else. There's no freedom there. This is where Apple comes in. It's the only hope outside of IBM. That is Apple. Now, the thing that I can't land with this or haven't been able to establish, there's rumor and conjecture that they designed this ad only to appeal to a few thousand or tens of thousands of people, which are kind of your nerdy demographic that will fall in love with this product. They will become your pillar to grow your customer base. So they could get their customer base and grow from there. That is incredibly brilliant if you're doing that because you're getting raving fans and you're starting from somewhere rather than trying to appeal to mass. Now, I'm not sure if that's true or not because I felt, especially after it went live, it had mass appeal. People were talking about this ad. They were talking about this ad as much, if not more than the Super Bowl. But yeah, look, there's so much to love about it. They've told a brilliant story. It was so different. It was so different. It really broke new territory. It broke new ground and it told an amazing story in a really simple way.
Yeah. And when you go back, this is one of those perfect contextual things is when you go back to when it was made, it's like Die Hard. If you have a kid watch Die Hard now, they're like, that's okay. But they don't realize that no, before Die Hard, no movie did that. Now every movie does it. So they're sick of it, but they didn't realize that that was it. And that's the same with this is I can't recall before this commercial coming out, any commercial being a film before, being very clearly shot like a film, edited like a film, presented like a film. Most commercials were still at the stage of here's a product, here's a price, come get that product. Like the sales pitch. This was different at the time. Now we're so used to commercials being like this that we forget, we don't recognize that, oh, it's one of many. No, it was one of only one. And oddly enough, it's aged very well in that the 1984 film stock that they used, and for some reason they must have lost the original film stock because now all I can find are cheap digital VHS knockoffs. That only enhances it. For whatever reason, that 80s age of it makes it even better. It's still good to this day with the grain, with the grit, with the little lines on the top and the bottom. It suits it. As we get older and look back on it, it fits that time more and more and more. The one trippy thing with this commercial, like, you can't fault it. It's got to be best of the best of all time. This is gold class stuff here.
Yeah, look, mate, you're spot on. As always, Dr. J, but like one of the greatest of all time, tells an incredible story, hero villain, but very different, but very simple. You only have to watch it once and you've got the story, it landed, and you want to talk about it. You wanted to go, did you see that? What was that about? Wow, what's Apple? That is what the effect they were looking for, and that's what they got.